You know, you take people like John Wooden in basketball, Vince Lombardi in football. Think of some of the great managers in baseball, Connie Mack, Tony La Russa, Bobby Cox, players like people like that, people who know their game. And when they share an opinion, you should probably listen to what they have to say. So if someone like Pop Warner describes a player as the best he's seen, I'd say that player probably has Hall of Fame credentials.
No question. From the sport of football just after the turn of the century, the last time or previous time the century actually turned, a native of Cottonport who played college football at Auburn from 1915 to 17, Richard Moon Ducote. And Eric Ritchie is standing by in the Capital One clubhouse with Ducote's great-nephew, Sheldon Roy.
Guys, thanks so much. Indeed, Sheldon, thanks so much for being here with us. And I know your great-uncle passed away at a young age, at age 39, but you got so many stories from your grandmother. Exactly. Tell us a little bit about what made Moon so special.
Well, Moon grew up in Cottonport, Louisiana on Bayou Rouge, and he and the neighborhood boys were playing football from a very young age, maybe 5, 6, 7 years old. And his mother died very young when he was 10 years old. And his grandparents raised him and sent him off to boarding school at Spring Hill College when he was just 9 years old. And there he was really involved in sports, especially football and baseball. He was most exceptional in football, though, and was playing through high school there at Spring Hill and was valedictorian of his class, and then started as a freshman year at Auburn in 1915, I think.
Right, in those years at Auburn, he was quite the kicker and actually did something that changed the rules. Tell us a little bit about what your great-uncle did there at Auburn.
As I understand it, it was rainy, and Auburn was playing against Georgia, and he put his helmet on the ground to have a line of sight, and the player who was snapping the ball, somehow or other, it ended up on the helmet, and he kicked it from the helmet, and it was a 48-yard field goal. And Georgia protested because actually it was the first time in 6 years that Auburn had defeated Georgia, and so they didn't like that too much. They protested and said it was against the rules, but they failed because it wasn't against the rules at the time. So it precipitated a change in the rules, though.
And the first T, if you will, in football, quickly tell us a little bit about where the name Moon came from.
The Moon came, I understand from my grandmother that he got the name from the shape of his face. He had a round face, and they called him Moon.
Tell us what this honor means to you and your family.
Well, I do want to express our gratitude and appreciation on behalf of the Ducote family. My cousin Richard Ducote III lives in Atlanta, Georgia, and he couldn't be here. And they're spread throughout, but we're all very grateful. It's a great, great honor for us. And Uncle Richard, as I knew him, as my grandmother called him, was just a very special, very loving, very kind, and generous man, and well-loved by everyone.
Well, we certainly congratulate your entire family, and the one great thing they said about your great-uncle that really stands out to me, the better Moon was known, the more he was liked. So from all of us here, congratulations to your family. Thanks so much.
Thank you. Appreciate it very much.